Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today I am going to be starting a new series called WIPs of the Week. I've seen quite a few YouTubers do colouring update style videos. I've seen Maya, I've seen Kay, and then recently I saw Lucy from Lucy Colours. She has started doing series where she looks at her WIPs as well, and I've been feeling very inspired by this, and I'm constantly working between WIPs, and I'd like a way to become more involved with my process of working through them with you as a community. So I thought this would be a good series to start. I do have a bit of a cold going on, so if I sound a bit nasally, that's why. I've got a bit of a stuffy nose, but I feel okay other than that. I thought I would start with a small pile of books that are autumn themed WIPs that I started at the end of last year, and I'd like to get completed this year, but if I don't, that's okay. I will grab those first. So I have one in Witches Around by Usiku, and the page that I'd like to get completed is this one. This is called Fall Harvest, so perfect for this time of year. I've done almost all of the basing apart from her shirt and her bows in her hair and these butterflies. So all I would need to do is the pencil shading over the top, and it won't take long to complete. But yeah, I started this and then I went into a colouring slump end of last year and never got around to completing it. So I think this one will definitely be completed as it won't take too long to do, and I just love Usiku's colouring style. That's Witches Around. Then I have one in Gnome Sweet Gnome. I have a couple of WIPs in this book actually, but this is the one that I would like to complete. I based this with alcohol markers, and I have done a little bit of pencil shading so far on the bucket and the apples. And again, just a bit of pencil shading. I need to work out a colour for the background. Not sure what I want to do for that yet. Probably some form of blue, or maybe like a orange to yellow gradient. But I've got all of the pencils I've used so far. I've been using Arteza Experts on this, and it's a page that I haven't looked at in ages, but looking at it now I'm feeling quite inspired to work on it. So maybe after this video I'll grab out my pencils and do some shading on this one. That's Gnome Sweet Gnome, Creative Haven, illustrated by Teresa Goodrich. Then another Creative Haven I have is Autumn Charm. This was actually picked by my randomizer wheel this month for November, so I will more likely be colouring in this one. And again, I have based this one with alcohol markers. This time the entire image is based, and all I need to do is go in with some pencils. I love how it's looking so far, and this again shouldn't take too long to complete. That is Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich. Then moving on to some which have a little bit more left to do. We have Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson, and it is this Bonfire page. I thought this is perfect for November. When I'm filming this, it's actually Bonfire Night here in the UK. If you've never heard of Bonfire Night, it's to commemorate the gunpowder plot, where Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament on the 5th of November, and we set off fireworks, have bonfires, all that jazz here in the UK. So lots of fireworks and sort of bonfires associated with November. So this would be great to finish. I used an Inktense pencil to add highlights to everything to sort of represent the fire glow. I've got pencil to square off the background here just to make it a bit simpler. I went over the black lines here with a yellow paint pen, but the paint pen that I used wasn't very good quality, and so it was very sheer. I need to go over it with another coat, or maybe go over it with a white instead, see if that looks any better. But I'm not sure the colour schemes. I'm thinking green for him, like pops of dark, like a foresty green. And then the creature shouldn't take too long, and then maybe have her as green as well, or blue. Green and blue. I'm thinking dark colours for this page. This actually was started as a buddy colour with Happy here on YouTube. I think she's the Crafty Chemist. So she reached out and was like, oh yeah, we started this as a buddy colour. So I would really like to get this finished this year. It would be lovely to do. That's Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson. Then I have two more. These are less of a priority for me. I have this one. I have named him the Royal Owl. I have the pencils saved for this. I created a colour palette. I don't know where I got the colour palette from. I didn't save it. But I have the pencils chilling in a pencil case, and I'd really like to put them away because I've had them out for over a year now. But I've been using Brute Funa squares for this. Really like how these flowers look. And then I was doing a bit of gold. And I think I'm going to do sort of orangey brown leaves and a brown colour for the owl. So again, shouldn't be too long, but I think the other four that I showed are more of a priority for me this year than this one. I could maybe do this at the start of December. It's not too autumnal looking. It's more the palette that I've used that's autumnal. That is Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. And the final long-term WIP I have is from Romantic Country by Aries. This is a project book with Colouring Savvy over on Instagram. And we did pick this page, I think, for October last year or November. Not sure which. But I had done all of the brown parts last year. And then this year I was flicking through this book and I felt inspired to pick out my pencils and do a bit more colouring. So I did we did the tomatoes, the pumpkins, the onions and the olive oil. But I think I'd keep it simple, maybe use a soft pastel for the background. I really enjoy colouring fruits and vegetables, so it's one that I can just pick out and pick up some polychromo pencils and colour away. And again, shouldn't be too hard to complete, just need to do it. But I've got a lot of buddy colours planned again for this month. I will do a little PSA. I have decided that I'm not going to take out any more buddy colours for December. I have a lot from November. I think some of them will spill over to December. And December is a very busy month work-wise for me, so I don't want to add any more buddy colours. I have a lot of Christmas pages I want to get done, so... And I find it so hard to say no to people. But if you do reach out, I will politely say, I'd love to, but let's keep it for the new year instead. So that is Romantic Country by Aries. And then I'm moving on to my stack of WIPs that I've been working on the past week or so. This one is very close to completion. It is the massive Disney Vitro that cannot fit into frame here. I need to move that. And I've joined a buddy colour group with Megan from Meg's Colouring Corner. I had to think about your name then, Meg. And there's a couple of other ladies in there, but I'll pop their names on the screen. But we were doing Hades for October, and he is so close to being done. I just need to finish off the rest of the flames in the background, but this tires out your hand. I found this a very achy page to complete. My hand was hurting a lot, but I've been using Prismacolors for that. So I'm hoping to finish that by the end of this week. That is Disney Vitro. Then another group buddy colour I'm part of. This is in Fairy Tales and Folklore. This is hosted by Doodle Robot, but there is a bunch of people in the group. And we vote and pick a page every other month. So for October, was it October? Yeah, I'm getting confused in the months. October, it was this Sleeping Dragon page. And then we have just picked the page for December. Now we're at the start of November, but I want to finish this off soon. I'm using this colour palette as my inspiration, so I want to use the purple, this darker purple for the house. And I'm thinking of accenting the trim of the house with a dark grey black colour, just to make it pop. And my idea for the background is to use black acrylic paint and some glitter gel pen for the stars. So again, hoping to finish this one this week. Shouldn't take too long. That is Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Liederhall Oberg. Then I have Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoko Igusa. I've been working on this page for quite some time now. It's been a very slow process. I've really taken my time with the pencil shading, making sure that the blends are smooth, that it's a good colour payoff. I've really enjoyed colouring it. So things like one clump of mushrooms took about an hour to colour. I have got quicker as I went along and sort of came up with my colour combinations, but really enjoy how this is looking. This is a buddy colour with, who's it with? I believe it's with, Kim, I and My Pets Too, over on Instagram. So I want to use this same sort of olivey green for these ferny leaves down here. And then I'm thinking like a periwinkle blue for the flowers and maybe a pale purple. Not sure, I might do these white. Haven't decided yet. The mice, I think I want to do brown, like the sort of nougat brown from the Polychromos set. That's what I've used on this page, the Polychromos. And for the background, I have no idea. I recently got some new soft pastels, so I might try using them and creating some sort of bokeh effect background. But I will see, I will make that decision once I finish colouring the page, which I'm getting there slowly, but hopefully get that finished soon. And I have another WIP in this book. It is this double page spread, which I'm calling the Red Riding Hood Forest page. I started this, I want to say, end of August, early September. And this is a buddy colour with, one sec, let me check. This is a buddy colour with Sophie's Colouring Journey on Instagram and YouTube. I had to check because, yeah, we did make it in August, so it was quite a while ago. And this is a page that we have decided to have it as what sort of a no pressure buddy colour, finish it when you finish it, take your time sort of thing. I felt inspired to colour this path in the house one day, so I did that. And then I felt like colouring tree trunks, so I did that. Not sure where I'm going to go with the other colours of the page, probably keep it quite natural and earthy. But I've been using Polychromos on this page as well. So that is Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoko Igusa. And this is still an untouched book, so once one of those pages are done, this will no longer be an untouched book. Next, I've got The Bear and the Wonderful Town. Townscapes, animals, variety goods, cakes, flowers, cooking, and 5 bears. This is a book by Nakao Chiwaka. It's part of the Tokumeku colouring book series. And I started this page. I have not done much, as you can see, but this book was picked out by the randomizer for September. So I thought I would start colouring it. I think just one day I was in the mood to do some mindless colouring. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do these pumpkins. And then I also coloured these carrots as well. And I'm just going to go through, colour all the vegetables. It's one that I can pick out when I'm not feeling like thinking about colour choices, but I still want to use my pencils. I've been using Polychromos for this page. So yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a long-term WIP for a while. That is Bear in the Wonderful Town. Then I have one in Journey Through Fairy Tales with the Little Friends from the Forest. This is by Sayuri Kobayashi. And I started the character profile page at the back of the book. So I coloured my first page in it this last month. I coloured pulling the enormous turnip. And whilst I was colouring it, each of these characters, I went to the back of the book and coloured these the same way and noted down the colour combinations. So all I need to do to finish it off is do their outfits, and the little flowers and bits are all around, and then that page will be done. So that'll be another quick one to finish. Journey Through Fairy Tales by Sayuri Kobayashi. Then I have one in Aries, Wild Fairy Tales. This is a project book with Meg from Meg's Colouring Corner. And I reached out to her towards the end of the month saying that I hadn't completed the page, and I was hoping to maybe complete in the next couple of days. I could have pushed it. I think I messaged her on the 29th or the 30th. I could have pushed through and finished it, but she said that she hadn't started it either, and do I want to move it to November instead? And I said that's perfect. I will finish this page up. I've been using Prismacolor pencils, and if I do finish that one, I would also really like to finish this WIP that I started, I want to say September. This was our page, the Thumbelina House. These colours are from the opposite page here that I've transferred over here. And yeah, I'm just not sure what to do for the roof of the house. But this is the page I want to prioritise, and then if I get time I will finish the Thumbelina one. This is the Hansel and Gretel house, so I've just been doing the trees to start with, because then that would be a big section of the page done, and then I can focus on all the fun candies and gingerbreadness of the house to end with. That is Aries Wild Fairy Tales. And then I have Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanes, and this is a buddy colour with Elizabeth on Instagram. And we are doing the Gnome Mushroom Forest. And this is going to be another take your time with it page. Colour little bits as I go. I have been basing this with Crayola Super Tips, and I used a Tombow dual brush pen for this grey for the rocks. I've done that. I've done a bit of the snail, some wood tones, and I've got them colours noted down here, and I will go over the top and shade with pencils. In terms of colour scheme, I'm thinking autumnal, so I want to do like reds, oranges, yellows, rusty colours. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the background yet, but I've got a lot left to do, so I will think about that later. But this has been good to base with markers, just because there's so much going on the page. It's good to have a base colour to know what is what, and it just makes the pencil shading so much quicker and easier. And that would be my first page done in Kirby Rosanes' Mythomorphia. Then I started this page last night. This is a, oh my gosh, life just flashed before my eyes, so my books almost fell on the floor. Managed to catch them. Let's move them on a little bit more to my desk. Okay, so we've got Mythographic Mythical Beasts by Veronica Kalinska, and this is a buddy colour with Steve, the colouring commander. You might also know him as Zoe's partner from Zoe's Cozy Colouring. And I started basing this Dragon Cave page. I was watching his live stream, and he was going through this book picking a page, and I was like, ooh, I'll colour that with you, Steve, if you like. And he said, yeah, go for it. He's almost finished his, so I think he's just got a few finishing details left to do. So I thought I would base it. And again, just having it based means that it's going to be so much quicker and easier when it comes to pencil shading. I was thinking of doing a purple dragon to start with, but then as I got to colouring and I thought, oh, I want to go for the bright rubies, emeralds and sapphires for the gems down the bottom here, I thought that the purple would look a bit odd, and I thought either the blue or the green would make the dragon pop out the page and also complement the gems down at the bottom. But do I go blue or green? Let me know in the comments below what colour you would do this dragon. Would you go blue or green? Might help sway me. I'm not sure what I'm leaning more towards. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions. That is Mythographic Mythical Beasts by Veronica Kalinska. And the final page I have started a WIP in is Any Day, an Autumn Vibes colouring book by Morgan O'Brien. And this is a buddy colour with Zoe and Zoe's Cozy Colouring. This was meant to be for October, but we both completely ran out of time, so we pushed it for November. And I've just done a few elements here based with alcohol markers. And I have now got a new 216 set of Ohuhu brush markers. I'm so happy to have them, and I was kind of holding this off until I got them. So I did a little bit of basing. Any day I use the Tombow dual brush pens for this sort of light tan brown colour. I may have an Ohuhu now that's this right colour. I'll have to see, and maybe I'll use that for this book instead of the Tombow, because I have a feeling that this paper sucks up the ink a lot. But I'm not sure what colours I want to do. I think I'm going to go for a warm grey for the stonework, a black cauldron, maybe burgundy. That's what I used on the previous page. I used burgundy that I've done in this book, but I'm not sure about her outfit. I'm thinking maybe like all dark green, dark blue. I'm thinking dark colours, although all this is quite pale and pastel at the moment. We'll see. I may completely change. May go for purple, like a lavender colour to match with the lavender hanging up there. Not sure where this is going. But that is the last WIP I have to show you. And let me know how you liked this video. Did you like having a sneak peek into my WIPs and hearing my thought process? Do let me know in the comments, what colour do you think I should do the dragon? Blue or green? I would love to hear. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.